Time for those. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. All right, time for the shit sandwiches that I thought, at least, for 2018. I almost don't like putting this list together because it's like really going to be like, oh, you know, they tried at least, right? But, you know, and then, you know, when it comes to me, it's not like I'm reviewing movies like crazy. I'm not getting like, you know, press invites or whatever the hell. So sometimes, you know, I'm paying to go see these movies. And sometimes, you know, when I know a movie's going to suck, it'll suck. And then some of these, even with my best list, I didn't see everything and do a review over everything. I mean, I think my best list, I did kind of have like a review for everything. This one I didn't. I saw some of these movies, you know, when they came out on video, and I was like, yep, that's definitely on the worst list. So here we go, guys. Time for the top 10 shit sandwiches in my eyes. That's right. And, yep, starting with number 10, disappointing. Very disappointing, The Nun. Now, you know, when she first showed up in The Conjuring 2, it was pretty great. Scary, frightening, absolutely frightening. And then you go see this movie that's supposed to be like her origin story, and it's just didn't work. Did not work. I mean, yeah, there was a couple little frightening, you know, scenes and stuff like that. Cool, build up and blah, blah, blah. But it's just, I don't know. The movie just fell flat for me. It's just, I was bored and just not into it. Not into it at all. And I was like, well, that sucks. Bring back James Wan. Number 9, Action Point. I watched this movie when I was recovering from my surgery because it was like, oh, that's cool. You know, I'm like, let's see what this one's about. I kind of want to see it. I like Johnny Knoxville, and yeah, it just wasn't good. I mean, it wasn't good at all. I get the concept they were trying to do. They're like, okay, you know, let's do our crazy stunts, but we'll wrap it around an actual movie. But it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't work. It really doesn't. You can see why it flopped. I think everybody's kind of over the whole thing. I mean, I guarantee you're going to see a Jackass reunion. These guys are going to be 50 years old, you know, doing these crazy shits just because, you know, when it comes to stuff like this, I mean, Johnny Knoxville, he was in a few movies. He was trying to be a movie star, and then it just didn't work out, and this doesn't work. Number 8, another disappointment of a movie that I was really looking forward to. The Predator. Oh, this movie got dicked with by the studio. You could tell. I mean, Shane Black. It should be good. Shane Black. He's a great writer. He was in the original Predator movie, and with this one, it just totally fell flat. Just the opportunities missed. There was some cool shit, but most of it just felt like it was like, okay, we're doing the same thing again. It's in a small town. There's kids, and there's a wow. Good God. Why? Number 7, Assassination Nation. I saw this movie. This movie was trying to have a message. This movie was also trying to be something of like The Purge-ish, which I think if it just went that route, it would have been cool, but a lot of it makes absolutely no fucking sense of why all of a sudden people are just... I mean, I get it. It's the whole, somebody was hacking people's shit and putting their private shit all over the place, but then it just, everything turns into pure anarchy, and then they're trying to do this whole like, you know, because it's got the 4 women, one of them's trans, they're trying to give this whole message and everything like that, and it just really falls flat, and I was just like, Jesus, what the, I walked out going, what the fuck did I just watch? Number 6, Night School, or as I like to call it, Who's Louder? Yeah, this movie I didn't see in theaters. I watched it in the comfort of my own home, so I could actually turn the volume down. Let's face facts, Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish, they're pretty fucking loud. And yeah, this, I would say there's like probably 2 moments where I actually chuckled, but overall, this movie was just horrible. Absolutely horrible. There's just a lot of stupidity, a lot of just the same tropes over and over again, and it's just like, you just didn't buy this whole story. You just didn't buy it. I didn't buy Tiffany Haddish as his teacher. I didn't buy Kevin Hart as, I don't know. There's just a lot of shit. It's just... Number 5, Pacific Rim Uprising. Sorry, I said that wrong. Yeah, instead of giving Del Toro his sequel, they said, fuck no, we're going to go a different direction, we're going to get a different director, and we're going to completely shit on something you created that was absolutely beautiful. That's what they did. This movie was a Disney movie. It was a fucking Disney movie, a big budget Disney movie, Disney Channel movie to be exact, and it's just like, it was so ridiculous. The dialogue was atrocious. It was just, I like John Boyega. He had a lot of charisma. Could have worked, but a lot of his jokes fell flat. The special effects were decent, not as good as the first one, and it's just a lot of destruction, a lot of just destruction porn that just felt unnecessary. It really did, you know. It's just ugh. Number 4, Ant-Man and Wasp, because fuck this movie. I like the first Ant-Man. I do. I love Paul Rudd. I even like Eva Angeline. She's gorgeous. But this movie frustrated the shit out of me. I walked out of this movie just going, okay, this movie just... I was frustrated. I didn't know why until I watched somebody's review who pointed it out that they made Scott Lang's character dumber than he was in the first movie. And I went, that's it! And then, 2018, you got to make the woman, we got to make her look better, and the guy looks stupid. Pretty much Peyton Reed took a page out of Paul Feig's book and said, hey, we got to make the women up here and the men stupid as shit. And it's like Scott Lang is a smart dude, engineer, but it just frustrated the shit out of me, and it's just, it's down there, one of the worst MCU movies. Number 3, Happy Time Murders. Good God. This movie should have just been a 6 or 7 minute Saturday Night Live sketch, and that's it. Or a Funny or Die sketch. But the fact that they tried to make a whole movie out of this was horrible. Horrible. And then you could tell that they were trying to wing a lot of stuff, and it just did not work. Melissa McCarthy was not likable. And just, I don't know, I just remember just sitting there going, my God, they're trying so hard. Number 2, and it definitely is a number 2. A Wrinkle in Time. That's right. This is why I'm nervous about New Gods, because Ava DuVernay directed this piece of shit. Her first big budget outing, Disney and everything, and it just did not work. The story was horrible. The acting was really bad. I'm talking about from Oprah, from Academy Award winning Reese Witherspoon. A lot of random characters that just didn't make sense. Some beautiful shots, I'll give it that. There's some beautiful shots in this movie. Yes, Chris Pine was fine, but everybody else, my God. I just, And then finally, number 1. In this movie, I saw in the comfort of my own home because I really did not want to pay for it. So, Robin Hood. Okay, what's this new trend about these types of movies that take place in this time period? I mean, I'm going to throw King Arthur under the bus here. I'm sorry, guys. I know a lot of people like it. And King Arthur wasn't nearly as bad as this, but what's the deal with making these stylized characters who have perfectly cut hair, perfectly groomed, and have these clothes that are trying to make it look like in this time period, but they're so stylized. You're like, where the fuck did you buy that? There's not a fucking... What? This movie is loaded with that. Way worse than King Arthur. My God, there's literally a point in this movie. Oh, God, this movie frustrated the fucking shit out of me. There's a part in this movie where they're like in these trenches during this war thing. This is before the story really kicks into gear. Literally, if they didn't have bow and arrows, you would think that this was like current day or like back in the 90s or something. That's the way their outfits looked. I was like, what the... Is this what? And then once the action kicks in, it's just over the top. It's ridiculous. The acting is horrible. Jamie Foxx especially. I mean, it was... Seriously. Stop making Robin Hood movies. If you're going to do it from a different perspective, okay? It's not working anymore. I mean, it's sad that the Kevin Costner Prince of Thieves Robin Hood still holds up. I mean, I'm not even a huge fan of the other Robin Hood that came out. Wasn't it Ridley Scott or Tony Scott or something? It was Russell Crowe. I mean, it wasn't a bad movie, but for some reason, if I'm going to go watch a live-action Robin Hood movie, I'm going back to that Kevin Costner one, Alan Rickman. So there you have it, guys. Those are my top 10 shit sandwiches of 2018. You might not agree with me, and that's fine. You're not supposed to. That's just my list right there. Movies I was disappointed in, and just, flat out blah. So there you go, guys. Let me know what movies you thought sucked down below. Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel. Visit filmjunkie.com for all my content. And, of course, visit the closet for shirts and stickers. And follow me on the social media stuff right over there. All right, guys? That was fun. All right. Talk to you later.